Walk-Ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-On's way.
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick-style burgers from Milo's. Everybody goes to Milo's.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, cold spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information's here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
I'm Brett Rogers, your trusted local real estate expert and the owner of the Brett Rogers Realty Group at Keller Williams. My team and myself take pride in making the home selling or buying process as painless and easy as possible. While a transaction can be stressful, we make it our job to take as much stress off of you so that you can enjoy your investments. We are not just here to sell houses, we are here to build relationships that will last a lifetime while helping your home dreams come true. When working for buyers, we work tirelessly to get you into a home at the best price and help you make sound decisions for your family. When the time comes for you to sell that home, we are here with the marketing expertise to showcase your property to the fullest and get you the greatest amount of profit into your pocket. We are here to guide you every step of the way with honesty and trust as our core values. Pick a partner you can trust when your biggest investment is on the line. You can visit our website at BrettRogersRealtor.com or you can call me anytime at 205-540-1182. And let's get you to the closing table.
In a city that seamlessly blends the comforts of a small town and the amenities of a big city, we're proud to be banking beyond expectation right here in Alabama.
Seems to get hotter as the summer wears on, especially when your air conditioning isn't keeping up. There is never a good time for your unit to quit working, but when it does, you know who to trust to fix it right. Keep it cool and reduce those high energy bills. Hemp Hill Services, your Bryant authorized dealer, will do whatever it takes to fix your air conditioning quickly and affordably. Known for their fair pricing and fast service, call your certified Bryant dealer Hemp Hill Services today for all tune-ups, repairs, and installation. 229-29.
For the grace of God has appeared. It's literally, and how are we saved by God's wrath? How are we saved from God's wrath? Only through the eternal, complete, perfected work of Jesus Christ when He died on the cross in our place for our sins. That's the only way we're saved.
With Ellis Industrial. Ellis Industrial is a subcontracting company specializing in electrical maintenance and installation in industrial settings. We have years of experience in poultry processing plants, and we're in the process of adding welding to our services. If we can do anything for you and your future projects, please let us know. Give me a call at 256-490-9491 and consider it done.
Walk-ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The walk-ons way.
And Del Toro's kick is good. So the Bulls twist the uprights and the Cougars will take the lead 3-0 with 4:42 remaining in the Ellis Industrial LLC first quarter. Of course, Mountain Brook shut out Huffman last night. And that is a Brett Rogers Keller Williams Realty first down for the Cougars. Kumar Robinson with a nice gain getting to the 45-yard line inside Jacket territory. Loss of yardage on the play. Big number 96 back there, and that's Colton McIntyre. So with the loss of yardage, for 3 wide, snaps a bit low, and Cole is going to jump all over the back of the runner. Zay Brown getting some of that action as well. With an apparent injury. But glad he's okay. Look at that right there. Number 7, Deion Callens with a textbook tackle. And that's what you want to see. He lost the 2 yards. Oh, well, they're going to say it's a loss of 1, so it'll be 2nd and 11. As much as I can say, I love that defense. You want to put points on the board, so Fry rolls out, and he gets it to Staples, who does a cartwheel of sorts, and he's going to have a Brett Rogers, Keller Williams Realty first down for the Cougars. So Oxford will surely keep it on the ground, and that's what they do, and Allen gets back there quickly to bring Wilson down for a loss of yardage. So the Cougars 4 wide have an extra blocker. Fry steps up. Fry's going to take off. Fry has some room. Let's see if he can get there. And he is. That's going to be a Brett Rogers, Keller Williams Realty first down for the Cougars. Close enough to the end zone. If it were on fire, it burned. And Woods hops across. And that's going to be an SNS cleaning touchdown for the Cougars. Now let's see what the Cougars elect to do here. So Del Toro comes out for the PAT. Mims is going to put it in the air, and that pass is picked off. Pass intended for number 9. Nick Richardson is going to be putting out that Cougar defense. So the Cougar off. Good evening, everyone. I'm the voice of the Cougars, Freddie Flowers Jr., and I want to welcome you to Walk-Ons here in Trussville, Alabama. It is the Big Clay Coaches Show once again. To my left, as always, is head coach Stuart Floyd. We are glad you are here with us this week. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, ring that bell, because we appreciate you, the Big Clay family, and, you know, as always, we appreciate what you do for us, and that's why we try to do our best in what we do for you. Coach, well?
Are you going to ask me how I'm doing?
Yeah, that's kind of the standard, I guess.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Doing well.
Well, you know, that being said, got the first loss in 715 days. So, you know, it's been a total of 21 games. That was Parker in the first round in 2022. And it was a game, you know, let's make no bones about it. Mistakes, you know, we had the drop passes, penalties, had some big plays that were given up. You know, I guess if it was, you could call it a gumbo of events, if you will. No pun intended being here at Walk-Ons.
Yeah.
How does, you know, looking back at the game, you know, what was your immediate thought after the game, after the contest?
I don't think I can tell you that right now.
I understand.
Yeah. No,
we are a family show.
Yeah. No, I mean, you go back and look at it. You know, for whatever reason, we seemed a little flat. You know, but we actually came out okay early in the game. You know, we're up 10-0, and then we just took two really big punches from them right before the half, and it just seemed like we were maybe a little defeated at that point, and I don't know why. But we just, you know, we know that we physically have the ability to beat anybody, but can you do it mentally and emotionally week to week is a whole different ball game. And I think, you know, looking back now, it's just we've gone weeks and weeks and weeks of, you know, during practice, early in fall camp, and the first couple of weeks it was pretty high intensity in practice, and at some point it's kind of tapered off, you know, just because you get into the rhythm of the season. But I think for us, you know, this team especially, they always have to be pretty ramped up at practice. And so, you know, that's what we're kind of focusing on this week is just the pace of practice and the intensity in practice has got to pick up.
Yeah, and, you know, when you look back and you look at the statistics of the game, I mean, we had over 200 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
And obviously that's nothing to sneeze at. And I think, you know, Oxford, their running game, it was only 53 yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, positive, you know, takeaways when you look at it, you know, overall. And I would say that, you know, the biggest thing is probably the penalties because we're moving the ball well.
Yeah.
And, you know, pre-snap penalties would just kill the drive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to beat anybody that's really good, you know, if you know a lot of times, you know, we tell them the margin's very small, you know, in these big games, the margin's very small. And so you got to play a clean game, and that, you know, definitely wasn't one of our cleanest games on either side or special teams for that matter. So, you know, statistically, I mean, you look at it, and I would say you beat them in a bunch of categories statistically, but the only statistic that really matters is the scoreboard at that point.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, you know, I honestly, I love Coach Elviston. I thought he was about to have a come apart. You know, they ended up with about you got to tell it like it is. You know, they had 195 yards passing, but a lot of that was yards after the catch or the big play.
Yeah.
They got behind our safeties. So it was not something that, you're right, it was very unusual, you know, how that night kind of shaped out. And I'm not taking anything away from Oxford. I mean, there's a reason they're sitting at number 2 right now, and they have always had a consistently good program. And to that end, you know, sometimes you hear the term healthy loss. To me it's an oxymoron, but I guess I can understand that standpoint to what you were saying earlier. You know, you kind of get in a rhythm, you kind of get set, and sometimes you get punched in the mouth, and it gives you that wake-up call, especially as we ramp up going towards the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's a good reset for us. You know, I think once you lose a game like that, especially that magnitude, that there's a lot on the line. It's a good time for a lot of reflection, just self-reflection and reflection of, you know, where you're at the moment and where you want to go. And obviously, going into the playoffs, you want to be hitting on all strides. And certainly, you know, Friday night we were definitely not hitting on all strides. And so we just got to get back to, you know, what we were doing early in the season, and that was really the intensity and the pace which we were practicing and playing at. We just got to get back to that.
Yeah. And how did the players respond, you know, overall? Obviously, you know, saying they're disappointed, okay, yeah, that's a gimme. Nobody likes to lose. But, you know, how did they respond coming into this week? You know, they get off the bus, put up the pads, and know that they got to get back to work.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been a good couple of days, you know, as far as what we're asking them to do. we just have a lot of internal things that we got to be better at. Coaches, myself, and then just our team. And it's just little things. It's not even really things that have to do with football. And so, it's just, taking care of your grades and, being on time, those kind of things that we're still dealing with. And at this point, you should be past that. And so we're just trying to, look at all avenues and what needs to be tightened up. Sometimes, even new cars, they need oil changes and they need new tires at some point. And we're at that point right now. We're at the 30,000-mile checkup.
Well, I definitely like your point about those little things. You bringing up grades, being on time, where you're supposed to be, getting proper rest, eating right, all of those little things that sometimes can get lost. When you're winning and the train is rolling, I heard a guy tell me one time and said, it's great when your front yard and everything looks good and all that, but you don't realize your house is on fire behind you and you're still waving at the neighbors and they're trying to tell you something.
Yeah, it's not doom and gloom. When the world's not falling apart at Clay Chalkville. No, but it's definitely a good you want this now and not in 3 weeks. So it's a good time to get that early friendly reminder. Maybe you can't just walk out there and win football games.
Yeah, and a counterpart of mine, I was at work today and they asked me that very question. Well, God, my gosh, how are they doing? I was like, what do you mean? How are they doing? They're fine. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Sun came up and it went back down and it came up again.
That's right.
It's okay.
I said last time I checked, the water was still on, electricity was still on, so everything was good.
Yeah, I told the kids Monday, it's eerily similar to my senior year in high school. In 1999, we lost to Shades Valley in the area championship, and we lost bad. It was like 42-7 at home. Same week that we lost this year. And then we ended up, making it back to the semifinals and playing Shades Valley again and beating them. So it was a good reset for us at that time.
Well, I'm just going to throw this up. This is the bracket as it's starting to shape out. And lo and behold, Oxford is in the top half. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later. And guess who's lurking down in the bottom half of the bracket and can see each other in the semis?
Yeah. That would be the goal.
So that can definitely be a motivator. Well, fans, here we are, and we're going to be, moving on. What's done is done, as we like to say, and you keep on moving and you keep on playing. The game doesn't stop. So we're going to be back in just a few minutes with our Carroll Pharmacy Players of the Week. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars. We'll be right back.
Walk-ons is just different. And it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The walk-ons way.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, cold spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information is here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick style burgers from Milo's. Everybody goes to Milo's.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Meet Joy Johnson with Town Square Realty, your ultimate guide to real estate success. When selling or purchasing a home, using a trusted realtor matters. With experience and a passion for helping clients, Joy delivers personalized service tailored just for you. As a realtor, she'll be there to help navigate every step of the process. From market insights to negotiation skills, Joy Johnson ensures you get the best value for your property. You'll benefit from the expert help she provides. Ready to start your real estate journey? Let's make it happen together. Call Joy Johnson today and turn your real estate dreams into reality. Joy Johnson, putting the joy in real estate and making real estate dreams come true.
I'm Ron Ellis with Ellis Industrial. Ellis Industrial is a subcontracting company specializing in electrical maintenance and installation in industrial settings. We have years of experience in poultry processing plants, and we're in the process of adding welding to our services. If we can do anything for you and your future projects, please let us know. Give me a call at 256-490-9491 and consider it done.
Oxford will surely keep it on the ground, and that's what they do. And Allen gets back there quickly to bring Wilson down for a loss of yardage. Of course, Mountain Brook shut out Huffman last night. And that is a Brett Rogers Keller Williams Realty first down for the Cougars. All right, fans, welcome back. We are here live at Walk-Ons here in Trussville, Alabama. We are, located, Walk-Ons is located right here off of Highway 11. If you see the Shell station in a Winn-Dixie and look around, you'll see it. Be sure to check them out. We want to give Landon big ups for letting us host our show here. Walk-Ons has been a great supporter of the Big Clay family, and so we want to make sure we give them the shout-out that they deserve. And here with me, deserving some honors because you played that left guard spot protecting that blind side, is J.T. Jones.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Jones?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing great. So, Friday night was a little bit rough.
Man.
You got the floor. I want to. From your perspective, what are your thoughts from an offensive side of it? How do you feel?
To be honest, we got in the red zone many times. We just couldn't finish, and penalties killed us a lot. Got in the red zone. We got backed up like twice because of penalties, like false starts. And honestly, it was a good week of practice, but coming into the game, I guess we just weren't mentally locked in.
And speaking of that, as you get ready to go into this week, you come off the loss, you get off the bus. What is your approach? Do y'all just take it and go, okay, that's done, close the book, move on?
Yes, sir. That's what I try to do. I want to move on from it and try to improve in the things that we had did bad in that last game and just come out and dominate the next opponent we have up. So, Pinson.
Yeah. So that mental prep, you take the good.
Yes, sir.
And work out the. I guess somebody say work out the bad.
Yes, sir. We practice has changed since that loss. It's more like up temp, and it's just everything's just different now. Honestly.
And would you say that how was your coach's reaction to that?
They told us all week that if we don't come in mentally prepared and just because it's gonna be one up front, so if we don't come in mentally prepared and locked in to do our job, there's the team that can beat us, and as a result, we lost to them.
Yeah. Now Coach Hatcher, works that O line, and more often than not, you mentioned false starts.
Yes, sir.
And of course, everybody, the defense is always standing there. Whoa, they're pointing at the O line, and then that's when they jump off sides, everybody's pointing at them. How is Coach Hatcher with you guys? To get you guys ready to go and reset on those things.
With Coach Hatcher, he's not even like stunned that last game. Honestly, he want us to move on and just improve. Like that game, we had the chance to go out and dominate. So he want us this week to go out and just show them that Clay is still Clay. Even though we lost, we're still Clay.
And so, would you say that loss, the experience of going through that loss, actually helped you guys as far as getting ready to go into playoffs too? Because obviously nobody wants to get in the playoffs and lose. You think that experience will help you guys out going forward?
Honestly, I think we needed something to just like settle us back down. Because honestly, I feel like we were a little too ahead of ourselves. We can just go out there and just beat anybody, but it shows we couldn't. And so,
yeah. No, that's great. Well, we're going to lighten this up a little bit. You have a favorite NFL player that you kind of look up to, that you want to, as a lineman?
What's the crazy thing about that? I play football, and honestly, I don't even watch the game. Like, I'm just be honest.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm an ancient Chinese secret. My day job, I'm a construction manager. I do things like build the very school that you all attend. And if you go and look at my house, it looks like a shack, because the last thing I want to do is go and do some construction work
on your house.
I do that all day. So I can understand wanting to take a break from that when you're in such a big part of your life. And I'll be honest with you, there's nothing wrong with being well-rounded, having a hobby, doing something, because honestly, I think by taking a little bit of a break from that, you can get to reset and really think a little bit deeper on what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
So, well, fans, we're going to be right back. Let's give it up for Big JT right here.
Walk-ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The walk-on's way.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, cold spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information's here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick style burgers from Milo's. Everybody goes to Milo's.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Meet Joy Johnson with Town Square Realty, your ultimate guide to real estate success. When selling or purchasing a home, using a trusted realtor matters. With experience and a passion for helping clients, Joy delivers personalized service tailored just for you. As a realtor, she'll be there to help navigate every step of the process. From market insights to negotiation skills, Joy Johnson ensures you get the best value for your property. You'll benefit from the expert help she provides. Ready to start your real estate journey? Let's make it happen together. Call Joy Johnson today and turn your real estate dreams into reality. Joy Johnson, putting the joy in real estate. and making real estate dreams come true.
I'm Ron Ellis with Ellis Industrial. Ellis Industrial is a subcontracting company specializing in electrical maintenance and installation in industrial settings. We have years of experience in poultry processing plants, and we're in the process of adding welding to our services. If we can do anything for you and your future projects, please let us know. Give me a call at 256-490-9491 and consider it done.
Oxford will surely keep it on the ground, and that's what they do. And Allen gets back there quickly to bring Wilson down for a loss of yardage. Of course, Mountain Brook shut out Huffman last night. And that is a Brett Rogers Keller Williams Realty first down for the Cougars. All right, fans, we are back live from Walk-Ons here in Trussville, Alabama. This is the Big Clay Coaches Show. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, and apparently exiting the last segment, the stuttering voice of the Cougars. That happens all the time, more than you know. So now I have with me, who I told you guys were going to have, Mr. Allen. If you watched any, you know that's what I call you.
Yeah.
I said, that's Mr. Allen. You seem to like that.
Yeah.
Like that Mr. component.
Yes, sir.
I thought you would, because he's like a kind of a mafia boss of the linebacking core, sometimes back down at the defensive end spot.
Yes, sir.
Now, you know, obviously, you know, we'll get all the serious stuff out of the way first, I guess. You know, and from a defensive standpoint, you know, the defense being a lights-out defense.
Yes, sir.
And a loss on Friday night. From a defensive perspective, what was your thoughts personally? You know, how did you deal with Friday night?
Well, it hurts. It hurts a lot, but we just didn't come out like how we supposed to. Like how we came out the last game, hard, high energy. Everybody energy was really low, so I don't think it was really locked in, ready to play. So.
Yeah, and so the mental preparation part of it, you know, going in, you know, what do you think is going to change going forward for the mental preparation? Because, you know, it was a big game. It was for a region title.
Yes, sir.
You know, how do you see it going forward, getting ready, you know, mentally for those kind of games?
Well, all I know is no music, no plan. They coaching us real hard now. Ooh, I was tired today, banged up. Yeah, they're going to coach us real hard.
Yeah, speaking of banged up, how are you feeling? I mean, you know, I think there was a collective gasp during the game, and they had to help you off the field.
Yes, sir.
Because, you know, you are such a big part, a big component of that Big Clay defense. As a matter of fact, I was talking with you earlier, and I thought that was pretty impressive. You know, you're I think it was might have been the quarterback.
Yeah,
might have been running Mims down, and you took off and did the Superman.
Yes, sir.
To jump on his back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I had missed the sack the first time, so the second time I had to get the sack. I had to get it.
Yeah, I was trying to check what your vertical was when you took off from the turf.
Yeah, I was looking at the same thing too.
Oh man. So how'd your coaches react? You know, your linebacker coaches. How you know? And I know Coach Richardson. He is a proud man.
Yes, sir.
How was everybody feeling? You know,
after the game,
position coaches. How they treat that?
They was mad, but at the same time, they told us you got to take a lot of losses to get wins. So they told us we gonna see them again, and this time we're gonna dominate them. So.
Yeah, that's right. Gonna dominate. Hey, you see what I have? You see what I have here? And I'm gonna show it to the fans once again, so I can explain it. This is the top of the bracket for 6A North. Okay, there sits Oxford. Here we are. That bracket. If you guys want to see him again, get your get back. Absolutely. So, do you think this, the experience of the loss, you think that's going to be a big help to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, I need you to tell me a little bit about this linebacking core of y'all's. And because last week, Jacarlos was here. And I think I said it was the third time that they was trying to figure out who was the one that stirred the pot. It was a rabble-rouser, if you will. And they keep coming back to number 13. Now, is it just they just don't understand?
They don't understand.
They just don't understand.
I love the game of football. So I really take it hard. And then don't nobody like losing. So
right.
I just told them, I got them together and we just talked about it. And he said, we're gonna go win.
Now, but you're not the troublemaker on the team, right?
No.
You don't start none, right? There don't be none. I'm just checking off the list.
Yeah, don't be none.
Won't have none. So you level-headed.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is tell me who it actually is.
TK.
There, yep, TK.
Yeah, TK.
TK. I was a little suspect about that because he seemed to drop that dime on you real fast. I was like, wait a minute, man. Why was that? It was pretty quick. It can't be. So it is TK.
Yes, TK.
He just been hiding behind you all this time.
Yes.
So you gonna let him know that when you see him?
I'm let him know that.
So tell me this. You guys, your practices have changed. The temperature of the practices changed.
Yes, sir.
Do you like that more up tempo, more intensity?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And because I know we hit in practice, he hit
a lot.
So, a lot. And how are you feeling health wise? We talked about you mentioned you feel a little sore.
But I was feeling sore after the game, but I'm good now. 100%.
So how do you expect the game to go this week? It's Pinson Valley. They're obviously they're not going to lay down. They were just in a shootout themselves.
Yes,
and
sir.
it's always tough. No matter the records don't mean anything with these two schools.
Well, just gotta go out there and dominate, and we gotta prove a point to everybody. Cause I know a lot of people down us right now because we lost, but we'll go out there and dominate on to the next opponent.
You put it on them. So if you had an NFL player that you wanted to emulate, playing a linebacker spot, who would that be?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. That is if y'all are watching out there, that is a A+ answer. What about Ray Lewis? What is it about Ray Lewis that you like?
He physical, and then he taking over the game. He like having everybody play off his energy, basically controlling the game. So when you go out there and make big plays, make everybody want to make big plays to get everybody into the game. And
so are we gonna see any more? Am I gonna say dun, 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 dun.
Get you one.
I need to get some Clark Kent glasses. Come out the phone booth and fly. I told you, every time I watch that, it just tickles me to death. I'm like, he cleared some players and got it. You were jumping over people.
Yes, sir.
And that's great because you want people to feed off of that energy. And I can see that they might say that you're the one, but I can see they're feeding off of that energy and they're feeding off of that spark that you bring the team. So whatever you do that's working, keep doing it.
Yes, sir.
Because I'll tell you, I certainly appreciate it up there from my vantage point. I got the best view in the house.
Yes, sir.
Well, aside from Coach Hibbs and the rest of them next to me.
Yes, sir.
But they so busy in there yelling, they don't feel like I do. So as the season goes on, and you're a senior,
yes,
okay?
sir.
there's a different type of leadership that's expected out of the seniors. How do you guys take your experiences and relay that to the younger guys all the way down to your freshmen?
We'll just take them under our wing and just show them and talk to them and teach them stuff and, like, actually spend time with them, like, bond with them. That's the only reason they're going to learn and feel comfortable around you and pay attention to you.
So you're kind of an extension of the coaches.
Yes, sir.
And that's great to hear because that's so important is that senior leadership. You know, I've seen teams where they didn't have it. And you know, they go from year to year. So it's great to see how you all have stepped up, you know, with all the seniors that left last year.
Yes, sir.
And you made a great point. There was a lot of people that had lower expectations for CCHS.
Yes, sir.
And surprise. So I certainly appreciate you. You're fun to watch.
Yes, sir.
I cannot lie. Y'all are all my favorites, but you're a favorite to watch. Fans, let's give it up for Mr. Allen. My new nickname for him is Superman. And we'll be right back here at Walk-Ons in Trussville, Alabama. This is the Big Clay Coaches Show. We'll be right back.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Meet Joy Johnson with Town Square Realty, your ultimate guide to real estate success. When selling or purchasing a home, using a trusted realtor matters. With experience and a passion for helping clients, Joy delivers personalized service tailored just for you. As a realtor, she'll be there to help navigate every step of the process. From market insights to negotiation skills, Joy Johnson ensures you get the best value for your property. You'll benefit from the expert help she provides. Ready to start your real estate journey? Let's make it happen together. Call Joy Johnson today and turn your real estate dreams into reality. Joy Johnson, putting the joy in real estate and making real estate dreams come true.
Hey everybody, I am Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, here with head coach Stuart Floyd and Landon Maynard of Walk-On Sports Bistro here in Trussville, Alabama. We want to announce something super exciting. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Floyd to let you know exactly what that is.
Yeah, we want to announce our brand new coaches show that will be filmed every Tuesday night live here at Walk-Ons in Trussville.
And we're going to be discussing the game, the players, exciting plays, and the season outlook and the goings-on in 6A R6 and all the happenings of your defending state champion Clay Chalkville Cougars.
Us here at Walk-Ons Trussville, very excited about this coaching show and being a part of the Clay team. So we want to offer a 15% off discount on food to all of Cougar Nation. Just make sure to wear your Cougar colors. Tell the server about you supporting Clay, and we'll be sure to give you that discount.
Yeah, so come join us every Tuesday night for the Big Clay Coaches Show live here at Walk-Ons in Trussville. And as always, go Cougar!
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick style burgers from Milo's.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different. And it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The Walk-Ons way.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, cold spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information is here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
Yeah! Hey! Welcome back to the Big Clay Coaching Show, live from Walk-Ons here in Trussville, Alabama. And I look like I have a Tower of Doom sitting in front of me for a burger.
Looks glorious.
It does.
Wow.
Hold on. Oh man. Wow. I'm trying to figure what am I gonna do with this?
Eat it.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Wow.
See, gotta get that microphone out the way, or the production team's gonna make me pay for it.
I got the platter.
Landon, and I'm talking to you, Landon, right here in the camera. This thing is so delicious. It should be against the law.
I got the Louisiana platter. We got etouffee, red beans and rice, catfish and shrimp. Could be a bad night tonight, boys.
This burger, it's got like onion rings, and man,
looks
I
glorious.
Get one more bite in, then I'll
get back to the show. I think everybody's turning off now. It's hot.
Oh man!
Wow.
Well, what I was trying to say is I had to move the mic out of the way because I didn't want the production team to charge me for a microphone because I had all kinds of burger stuff in it.
Fred needs a bath.
I hear the bill is on the way. They're asking for Venmo and Cash App. There it is. But I love them. They do a great job putting the show together and certainly putting up with me. So I want to make sure they get big ups too. But hey, playoffs are coming up there around the corner. Let's go ahead with our region recap. And obviously at the top of our region is Oxford. They won the game, so kudos to them. And, they're a great team, and they did what they had to do. And so they are the 6A R6 champions. They're followed by us. We have the 2 spot. Mountain Brook will have the 3, and by all accounts, Pell City will have the 4 spot coming out of 6A R6.
How about Pell City?
Yeah, how about
that? Wow.
Well,
making history.
Yeah, they are. Hey, we might see them. That is completely possible. They're in that top bracket, so we could see them. But just to kind of bounce around real quick around the state, Saraland has won Region 1. They're followed by Spanish Fort, St. Paul's, and it looks like it's going to be the McGill, Tulane, or Theodore to round that out. In Region 2, you got Pike Road, Russell County, Wetumpka, and Stanhope Elmore. Region 3, Spain Park has won their region. Of course, they're close enough to us. We know who they are. Then you have Helena, Chelsea, and Ben Russell. In Region 4, you got Hueytown, McAdory, Northridge, and Bessemer City. Region 5, coming back closer to home, you've got Parker, Homewood, Minor, and Gardendale.
Wow.
And then in Region 6, we went through that. Region 7, you've got Hartselle and Muscle Shoals who will be playing to determine who that region champ is going to be. And then you have Athens and Coleman. And in Region 8, you got Fort Payne, Southside, Gadsden City, and Buckhorn. So there you have it. That's pretty much what it should look like after this Friday, barring, the Hartselle Muscle Shoals game being the biggest one of the bunch for a region title. So, Coach, the bracket that we're in, the bottom part of it, in our area, in ours, we looks like we're going to be facing Gadsden City to start out. But in there, you've got Hartselle and Muscle Shoals, then Mountain Brook and Parker, in that path. That's a pretty tough road to hoe.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same one we went through last year. So, I mean, it's, obviously we knew going into the Oxford game, if you win that game, the path is probably not quite as difficult as if you're that 2 seed, but, it is what it is. So I actually got to watch Gadsden City play in person this year. I went and watched them play Trussville the night after we played Ramsey on that Thursday night. So I've, because I thought maybe there's a chance we could end up seeing them in the playoffs. So I went and watched them. They're good looking kids, a lot of athletes. So be very similar, to Pinson. Honestly, a lot of same caliber athletes that can just make plays, and if you're not where you're supposed to be, and you don't gang tackle and all those kind of things that make big plays happen.
Yeah, and out of the 6A South, obviously Spain Park is flying high, but they got to run through somebody we're familiar with, and that's Saraland.
Yeah,
and they are definitely picking up the energy as well.
Yeah, I mean that I would say those two to me in the South would be the one to beat, I would think. Then in the North you probably got Parker, Mountain Brook, us, and Oxford are probably the 4, I would say. I haven't seen Muscle Shoals or Hartselle play yet, so I don't know. They could, Muscle Shoals is usually always in the mix, so I would always, probably count them in that as well.
Yeah, and when you look at they talk about 6A, and I still say it's the most competitive level in the state of Alabama, bar none, because like I said, we talking about the South. You have Spanish Fort is back up. St. Paul's has come right back to the same St. Paul's.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good defensively, is from what I've been told.
So it's definitely an interesting mix. The way
how did Gulf Shores do this year?
Gulf Shores,
are they still balling at the beach?
I guess they're adjusting to their new level.
I get it.
So, but I think they're going to be fine. Once they get going, and not to look past anybody, but Pinson Valley is coming up. And we're not looking past. I want y'all to understand that, okay? Obviously, the brackets being what they are, that's going to be talked about. But by gosh, Pinson Valley is a scrappy team, and they had quite the shootout with Pell City this past Friday. They lost 48-39.
Yeah.
And Pell City had gotten up on them pretty good, and then all of a sudden, here comes Pinson Valley.
Yeah, not only that, but I mean they were neck and neck with Mountain Brook at halftime a couple weeks ago. So obviously they've gotten better throughout the year. Defensively, just for me, what I'm watching, the defense, to me, I think the defensive line is very good. They get off the ball. Ball get off is really good. They got a couple guys, one or two that got some offers. And so, a lot of them win individual matchups and pass rush and stuff. You watch them play Oxford. They gave Oxford fits on when they were on defense. I think they sacked him probably 5 or 6 times in that game. So they've got some ability to make it very, very messy.
Yeah, because when you look at, I think their record is deceptive. I mean, they're showing 1-7. And I think that's a deceptive 1-7.
Yeah, they're way better than 1-7.
And so,
Well, and also their schedule is brutal. They probably got one of the harder schedules in the state, playing Central Phoenix, playing Trussville in their non-region games. So I mean, they've had a tough road.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously with the Cougars coming off of a loss, typically that energy is always up for the next opponent coming off of a loss, but you still want them to understand, hey, these guys are very much dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters if we were coming off a win or a loss. I think when you play Pinson, like I don't know how many times I've played against them, but it's like the Iron Bowl. It doesn't matter. Records don't matter. The other team usually plays out of their mind a lot of times, plays a lot better than they should or could. And so, for us, we got to bring the energy and the pace and the intensity because they're going to be ready to play. We already know that.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, these kids, they know each other. I mean, I say they know each other. They know each other.
Yeah.
Because of all of that. And so, I mean, what are they separated by? How many miles?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5.
I mean, it's like pretty much a 5-minute ride.
Yeah.
As long as it ain't in the morning.
Yeah, they've got some, they got some skill guys that can catch, some 50-50 balls. Quarterbacks do a really good job of just, making play when the play breaks down. They run around, make plays, and so running back's pretty good. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us.
Yeah. So now that we're getting on how obviously everybody held their collective breath when Necarius came off the field against Oxford. Health wise, everything still pretty good shape.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for 95-97% pretty healthy. If you're not banged up at this point, you probably ain't been doing very much. So it's pretty normal to be a little banged up. You gotta push through that, and and then also you gotta have a little bit of depth.
Yeah, and so the young guys, how did you communicate to them this week? You finally get up there. There's a lot of winning that goes on, and I love Nick Harrison saying, "Hey, we get in there. We're like that on the field coach. The coaches coach, and then we're the players coaching to help the coaches." How does relay to the younger guys? Hey, tomorrow's can be just as great as today or yesterday or anything else. Keep your head up, stay focused. Because the seniors get it, that was great to see, and I'm sure the juniors do. But those younger guys that are getting those opportunities coming up.
Yeah, it's a process, and it's teaching leadership is not easy. You assume because they're a senior that they get it. They don't always get it,
right?
And so I think they a lot of times they kind of pick and choose when to be a leader, but they don't understand really that leadership is an all-day thing, every game thing. And so for us, it's coaches. You got to identify who are those people who can be receptive to what we're telling them, and then who will the kids be receptive in listening to as well. And then you got to coach them, to see those opportunities of how to be leaders and when to be leaders.
And that's great because, at the end of the day, you're building better young men. Football's a great game, but then there's the game of life.
Yeah.
I've heard said. So, if you can get that coming out of that, then that is absolutely awesome. So, we got Pinson. That one's always going to be – that's always a blast. It's always a lot of fun. It's like a family reunion of sorts.
Yeah.
When you get
maybe
there.
Like your uncle you don't like, maybe, but
yeah. I like that uncle you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, it's family, but not everybody likes her family. So
I was kind of liking it to kind of like the Hatfields and McCoys, but
yeah, I think they got in trouble. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So fans, we want you to make sure you come out.
Thursday night.
I mean, Thursday night, yes. I'm glad you said that. Thursday night because there's some other deal going on this weekend, and so we're all playing this Thursday night, and we are on the road.
Yep.
Once again, Pinson's not that far, so there's no reason for you to not be there. Come out and support your Clay Chalkville Cougars as they take on the Pinson Valley Indians. And we appreciate you, Big Clay family. And, we love you. Want you to come out and support us. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars. We'll see you next week here on the Big Clay Coaches Show. As always, good night. God bless each and every one of you. And go Cougars!